Hello, this is wmpyr. For today's lesson, we're going to be working with single stick, and I want to focus on the versatility of eskrima. Okay, so first off, we're going to start off with the basics. Once again, stick side to the front, okay, and we're going to be going 1 and 2, 1 and 2. This is a diagonal strike, and basically we are creating an X pattern here, 1, 2, and if you continue it and you exaggerate the motion just a little bit, it turns into a figure 8 motion. Okay, the actual cuts I'm making here, if you imagine if this is a blade, that's an X, but because I'm continuing the motion, boom, and then my arm is making a figure 8 motion because there's an X inside the figure 8. So it does become circular, okay, even though I am creating a straight line down, it does feel circular. Okay, so there's two ways to do this. Number one is, notice that the stick is on the side that's to the front, but I'm still standing square, and I'm creating my X strike 1 and 2, and my shoulders basically don't move. Okay, this was taught to me by the Lightning Arnis guys. So you go 1, 2, 1, and 2. So that's one way to strike, and the other way that I recommend to practice is to actually put your shoulders into it. You see how my shoulders are turning, 1 and 2. It makes perfect sense to me to do it both ways because, just like in boxing, there's weaker punches and then there's stronger punches and there's everything in between. So if you keep your shoulders straight like this, 1, 2, 1, 2, this keeps you in balance and stuff. You're in better position. But your strike's not as powerful as if you put your shoulder into it, obviously. But if you put your shoulder into it, then you become a little bit more vulnerable. Your body's twisted. So there's pros and cons to both. I recommend practicing both. Okay, so the next progression is we're going to go from arm movement here. We're still going diagonal down, and we're coming from the outside, which is past both shoulders, to inside. So that's number one is an inside strike, and then it's an outside strike. Inside because I'm hitting in between the two shoulders. Outside because it's going past the in between the two shoulders. It's going to the outside of the shoulder. So inside, outside, inside, outside. All right, so what we're going to be doing, same movement, but now focus on the wrist. Okay, so when you focus on the wrist, this is what it looks like. Remember, this is our flail motion. Our flail motion to keep the bad guys away. You flail towards their face. It's not necessarily that you're really trying to hit a specific target to hurt them. It's just to do this to their face to keep them away from you. Okay, so the focus here is more on the wrist rather than the arm like this. And I said to you guys that if we start doing the flail motion like this, okay, it's still down, 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 down. What happens is we lose one slash. This is our slash, and then when we come over here, it's more of a momentum builder, and then number 2 is our slash, number 1's a momentum builder, slash, momentum, slash, momentum, slash, momentum, slash, momentum. All right, and the momentum builder, this is our slash, the momentum builder, this can be used to hit defensively things out of the way. This could actually be used to strike, but if this was like a machete, I'm using the side of the blade right here. Bam, to knock things out, and then this is my slash, okay? The point of the machete or the blade that you're using can still be used to cut with the momentum builder. You could still actually cut with it if you have that kind of control and precision. You can still cut, but this is our slash. So that's one thing to understand, that when we go more to the wrist, we lose a slash. It's not a double slash anymore. It's not 1 and 2. Now this is our slash, momentum, slash, momentum. So just keep that in mind, and practicing with the wrist is really good if you're interested in seeing the empty hand aspect of eskrima and also the knife, going into knife, shorter, smaller weapons like that. Then I think it's very, very important to start practicing this kind of where your techniques are more wrist oriented. However, once you go to wrist, make sure you go back to arm and don't just stay in the wrist. I see a lot of guys, they become good with the eskrima stuff. They become very comfortable, so they're very efficient in their movement, and this is all they do all day long. They're just pop, 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 pop with the wrist. There's a difference between being efficient and being lazy. So your body becomes more efficient, and then they start to become lazy. They're just tapping sticks all day. But if you're actually efficient, that serves a purpose for tactical tactics and strategy. If you're lazy, you're just doing the least amount of work as possible. It's two different things, so please keep that in mind. Okay, the last thing for today is there's a technique where we stab this way and then we stab this way. This is found in so many different forms of eskrima. It just depends on who taught it to you, where you learned it from, the form that you learned. But this is found in a lot of different eskrima forms like this. I was taught that you hit the eye this way and you hit the other eye this way, or the other target is right here, the brachial nerve right here and also right here. You're hitting a nerve cluster in the arm, nerve cluster right there, right above the chest, right under the shoulder, so right there. Okay, so 1 and 2. Okay, if you connect it together, 1, 2, you make a figure 8 motion, 1 and 2. So that motion, we can tie it in together with this motion that we were doing. Okay, so the first one was this, slash and slash, right? You're just doing it like this. Keep your shoulders relatively the same. The second method, or part B, was to put the shoulders in, boom, put the shoulders in, boom. Okay, turn the shoulders both ways. And then we talked about slash momentum builder, where it's more in the wrist right here. Okay, and now what we're doing is we're going to stab and stab. All right, so this is a stab and this is a stab. Boom, 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 boom. So stab, 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 and you're hooking to continue the motion. Stab, hook to continue the motion. So I'm still coming down and down, diagonal and diagonal. So it's still the same motion-wise, but you can see the purpose is totally different. You can link all of those together to where you're basically, you're going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, boom, 1, 2. Change it to a momentum builder. Boom, 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 boom. Where it's more in the wrist right here. We can go back. 1, 2, 1, 2. Momentum builder, and then put in the stab. Come back to a slash, so you can mix it all up together. But the overall motion feels the same. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and take care, folks.